My conversations with clients and other professionals last week covered a range of topics. The common theme was priorities. As a client, you need to have a clear conversation about your priorities before you can get a meaningful plan. In a meeting, much of my focus is listening for your priorities. The outcome is a plan that's relevant to you. You're then much more likely to do the things you need to do to make the plan happen. The interesting piece about your priorities. I rarely have a client that doesn't make significant adjustments to the initial plan. No matter what reason you started planning with me, the first plan will show you something that you didn't anticipate and that you possibly don't want, at least in the way you initially set it. In a retirement planning conversation, one of my clients said he was comfortable selling the house. Once the kids move out, it's too big, and he wanted to be able to spend more during retirement rather than have money tied up in a house. Until I showed him the initial projection. In the software, I had sold the house 5 years into retirement. Turns out that wasn't what he wanted. Once he could see his words translated into dollars over time, he didn't want that outcome at all. I made adjustments to his plan to increase savings, slightly decrease overall retirement income, and keep the house. That's the plan we're working with, and the client deposited the savings amount we had discussed into his TFSA within 2 weeks of our meeting, after not saving anything the prior 2 years. Once you can see your priorities reflected in a plan, it's much easier to do something about getting there. As an advisor, one of my biggest responsibilities is to listen to your priorities and translate those into dollars and show you what that looks like over time. Then you can make choices to continue earning, spending, and saving the way you have, or make changes that make sense to you. Then you can make other choices about estate planning, tax planning, and insurance planning. Until you have that core plan, all of your other choices about your will, tax structures, tax efficiency, and insurance policies might support your priorities, but you don't know for sure. Most of us would say we work too hard to take a chance on maybe getting close to our priorities. It's great to see the stress reduction for my clients once we've worked through to a plan that makes sense to them. Once you're clear on your priorities and how that works over time, your day-to-day decisions are easy.